It's Shop Talk by Know. It's where we hear their stories and shape your future.
Anything that's successful, we know it takes time. It takes time, but it also takes innovators, right?
You recently added another business to my portfolio.
Your repertoire. Oh, tell us. I mean, tell the world.
It's called the Pleasure Paradigm.
Okay.
And
Okay, this is really interesting.
I'm like, okay.
I know.
This is
I'm
really
like,
yes,
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
with sterile manufacturing, my co-founders and I did it and sold one in 2010, and that was just a total shit show. And we
love
learned
that.
so much. And then, after the non-compete lapse, we did it again. If you do it once, that's the learning time,
That.
and you can get out, and then you can actually do it again really fast.
Yep.
So you need to sell.
Exactly.
And you do something
Do it again.
even
Oh,
better,
I'm ready,
bigger.
ready. This is the reaction that I get when I tell people I started a clothing brand for women with big boobs. Everyone started like you, raising your hand. That's me. That's me.
I've got 3 super successful business women, business owners here who have found super incredible niches, whatever we say. You've carved out a segment within your space. I want to talk about that because all of fashion and beauty and manufacturing and science and health and wellness, they're huge sectors, right? All 3 of you have really focused on like that one thing. Let's get into that. Like Alice,
Let's talk big boobs.
talk big
Boobs, ladies. So the average bra size in the U.S. is
Everybody's like, okay,
yeah.
did we just get
Well,
really
yes,
uncomfortable
someone
here?
has.
Turned down.
Let's
Yeah.
go. I
Well,
love it.
surprisingly, the average bra size in the US is a 34 double D, and most people don't know it. It's Googleable. Like literally Google average bra size and it comes up. Yet people don't know.
34
So
double D.
what most brands design for are A and B cups because that's who's walking down the models. That's not dressing real women. So once I had 20 years of experience behind me and the data, I happen to be one of them. So I'm a size 2 and I'm bigger than a double D. I'm not wearing a bra right now, but this is my shirt and I'm not overflowing, showing my nipples.
That's it.
But exactly.
That's it.
Yes,
All right.
That's it.
exactly. So here I am, solution for us fuller busties.
I
Oh my gosh,
actually
I
really
love
love
that.
this. But so, it's also, I love that you opened up with that. It just kind of ripped the Band-Aid off, like, woo, here we are. But you also, Amy, you've done this too. You've really focused on like child, teen, pregnancy. You're in marketing and PR, and you focus on a very like specific sector.
I do. And it's funny because I was introduced to that sector when I had babies, right? And so it was a very natural fit. And seeing the evolution of baby and kid products throughout history, I mean, from when I was a kid to, car seats, I'm not sure that they were really a thing. Now they're mandatory. Go
I love that you
figure,
just said
right? But yeah, the
Surprising we
evolution.
survived, right?
It is surprising, on the laps of your parents,
Yeah.
in the front seat.
Yeah.
Well, airbags weren't a thing then either.
No.
But yeah, I
Right.
mean, right? But everything has changed. And even I have an 18-year-old and I have an almost 12-year-old. And from 18 to 12, the change of products has been drastic. And it's really a lot of parents. I will say moms, mostly moms, that end up developing these solutions for their problems and needs. And like you with the, big boobs, I mean, you developed a solution for your problem and need. And that really is the problem. That is how things happen.
And I love that. That's what I was hoping we were going to arrive at. So, Andrea, you are serial entrepreneur here. Like
I'm a science nerd.
You're
so.
a science nerd.
Yes, I'm a woman nerd, and I'm proud of it.
I
I'm
love that.
so excited
Love it.
for that.
Yeah.
I love
So.
that. One of the things that you have is your background is varied, and that what I want to talk about right now, and then I want to get into some of the other things that you're doing, but I want to talk about is this this wool that doesn't itch that, you know,
I was just saying that. Yeah. So after I sold the manufacturing company for Stroll Drug Products back in 2023 with my other two co-founders, I was like, oh, I'm going to solve this problem because I can't have any wool or cashmere's or anything against my skin. So I went to my designer friend and I said, can it be done? And about 20 years prior,
And I would have thought, no, it cannot be
no,
done.
well, 20 years prior, I asked her, and she she goes, "What do you want for your birthday?" I said, "I'd love a lined sweater, you know," and I get a Tiffany necklace, and I'm like, "This is not a wool sweater." I mean, thank you, but
Appreciate you. Yeah.
So anyway, she's like, "Oh yeah, I think we can do it." So she had connections into the manufacturing side, and so we worked together to create this sweater that's rayon and really silky smooth, and then it also has some other scientific stuff too,
Which is like channeling your like science
yeah,
girl
I know.
nerdy
It's like, oh,
side
it heat
of you, right? I
regulates.
love
Oh,
it.
that's nice. It doesn't itch. Oh, that's nice. And it's a lining, so it's called Lux Lined.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, maybe we could like Lux line other things, that other people make that
Mhm.
one can't wear, like pants. And people are like, oh, you should do pajamas. I'm like, let's just start. And so like honestly, for me, being in the science world all my life and then transitioning into what you, well, especially you and your former guest
Mhm.
knows very well, it's been a real interesting journey. So
Right.
it's only been about a year and a half, but
I love this. So
So.
we're talking about value proposition.
Mhm.
I mean, the value proposition is I think that what you all have done is you very much like picked a small sector, you stuck with it. I really want to talk about like how the importance of that, right? So you come from tons of years of experience in the fashion world and you started your business based off of your own need, but also like you went and did something completely out of the realm. Like thank you because I thank you. My boobs, thank you.
I
Very
love
much.
it. Yes,
Right?
I need to bring you. Yes,
I think this is
I need to dress
incredible.
you.
We need this, right? And like I said to you, like I'm like, this doesn't exist. A non-itchy wool sweater. You know
Well,
what I mean?
also
Or
maybe like your lining thing too, right? So one of the things, if you line something, it also, the stuff on top of it flows better
that's it.
across it, so
Right?
you don't get the roll effect or whatever.
That's
that you
it.
get. Yeah.
Oh my
So,
gosh, right?
yeah.
And then
So.
you're telling all the moms and the, because I'm a mom. My kids are, my youngest is 17, but I'm with you when like car seats were totally optional back then. And seatbelts, are they do you wear a seatbelt in the back? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
so I'm right there with you. But like these products and all of this innovation that's happening, you're really all at the forefront of it. But you've all picked such a small niche to really focus on. And that's really what I want to talk about today to the women who are going to watch and listen to this. It's like, there is a lot of noise. There is a lot of enormity when you think of these large industries, right? How do you find your sweet spot? And it seems like you all have. So what do you say to those people who are like, like I really want to be in fashion, or I really PR, right? Oh, everybody wanted to be a publicist, but how did you find that small little sector and stick with it?
I think it's really authenticity. The more you talk about it, the people will come to you. So you can't be fake about it. We're all solving a problem that we personally faced. And if we're facing it, someone else's too. And I'm so proud of what we all have developed because we're empowering everyone else. For me, I want to give women with our body type the freedom to wear what they want to without
Right.
saying, you know what, that's not going to fit my boobs. Like my body, like I can't wear that style. No, now I'm empowering them, allowing them to wear styles that they couldn't wear before.
Right.
And for me, I feel like where my niche is helping people like you with any brand be visible. I mean, because let's face it, we design these beautiful brands, right?
Mm.
And a lot of people spend a lot of money on the execution of their brand concept,
Yeah.
but they forget the marketing piece.
Yeah.
And marketing is like by far the most important thing, because to build brand awareness, I actually have a trademark, the PR formula, which is to build brand awareness, you have to gain visibility to achieve. No, I'm sorry. You
You're
have
like, "What is
to. Whoops. You have to achieve visibility to gain credibility.
Yes.
To achieve profitability.
Yeah.
Because if
I
you
believe
have
that.
that credibility from a third party, that's where the secret sauce is. Having somebody else
Absolutely.
talk about your brand,
Yep.
having somebody else say, this is the best thing ever. And so that is my specialty, is building that brand awareness.
I love that.
Yeah, I think also this is like a marathon. Like a lot of people
Yes.
view these things as sprints,
I'm
Yes.
so
but they
glad
don't
you just said that.
understand,
Thank
right? You know,
you.
if we look at
Mhm.
Apple, back in what the
80s.
No, I think it was in the 90s. They actually had to go to Bill Gates and get a $150 million loan in order to survive. And they had been in business for a long time prior to that. So
Right.
sometimes you like hit these mountains that you have to climb. And by the way, that was a really good investment he made.
Mhm.
So,
Oh.
but they would not have survived
Right.
if they hadn't
Yeah.
gotten that funding. But they had turbulent waters even prior to that. And then in the biotech world, I think maybe you guys may be familiar with like Regeneron or something like that.
Mhm.
And, that, again, it was like up and down, but they are huge now. So,
Right.
and
I
it
love
took
that you said that.
decades
Yes.
to get there. So,
And it is. Anything that's great. Anything that's built to last, anything that's successful, we know it takes time. It takes time, but it also takes innovators, right?
Mhm.
yeah. So can I comment a little bit on that too?
Sure.
Because with sterile manufacturing, my co-founders and I did it and sold one in 2010. And that was just a total shit show. And we
I love
learned
it.
so much. And then, after the non-compete lapse, we did it again. And we built that and sold it in like 8 years. So I will say
Mhm.
to a lot of women in particular, because I'm very pro women with business, is that if you do it once, that's the learning time.
That.
And you can get out and then you can actually do it again really fast.
Yep.
And build it even bigger.
Yep.
So it's something to consider.
I
So
love
true.
that.
I love
Same,
that.
I know.
That
Thank you
is
for
so
inspiring me.
true.
So you need to sell.
Exactly.
And you do something
Do it again.
even
Oh,
better,
I'm ready.
bigger.
Ready.
Did people think you were crazy? Like when you were
Yes.
like, what are you doing? Right? Or what?
Oh, completely.
I think when you just dropped it, we were like, oh,
exactly.
okay, we're going
That's
here,
exactly
right?
the
It's
reaction.
like a shock and awe thing,
Yes.
right?
But you just go in
But it's
and
so true.
say it, right? So I started my business because I went on TikTok. And by the way, I was 40 at the time. So I was like, ain't nobody want to see a 40-year-old Asian woman dancing. I'm like, I'm not going to dance. But what I did do was wear my tank top and it's like up to here. It's a crew neck. And I said, this is the reaction that I get when I tell people I started a clothing brand for women with big boobs. And it was like a meme of grandparents. And then you write text over it. And it's, everything from like, you're not that big to you have my attention. Right? Like the men will always, I'll take the call. So, and it went viral, 8 million views and sales like this, $25,000 in sales. And then Business Insider picked me up. So it's that organic, but once again, authenticity because everyone started like you raising your hand. That's me. That's me.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
I've actually recently added another business to my portfolio.
Your repertoire. Oh, tell
Yes.
us. I mean, tell the world. What is it?
So it's called the Pleasure Paradigm,
Okay.
and
Okay, this is really interesting.
I'm like, okay.
I know.
This is
I'm
really
like,
real
yes,
friendship.
I
yes.
gotta like turn towards you now.
She just literally
I
turned her
know.
whole chair
Exactly.
and you're like, what?
tell me more. So I teach women, men, and couples how to lean into their intimacy and really have more confidence in the bedroom. And I've done this by writing these guides, sexy little guides. They're confident, they're playful, they are they're classy. And it has definitely been very well received. And
I
to
can
your
only
point,
imagine, yeah.
of it happens fast. Who said that it happens fast? Once
Nobody.
you start, you have, yeah.
Yeah.
I like came up with this idea 8 weeks ago,
Okay.
and like it's launching like
Now.
now.
It's gone.
It
It's launched.
is, yeah, it is launching now. So, so it's interesting, and I feel like as women, you know, we are often, you know, told not to speak up. We're, you know, we don't know what to say. How deep can I go?
She said
If
you could
The
say
word
Yes,
is
okay.
yours.
yes.
This
So-
is not for children. So,
So
this is not for the children in the
No, in the baby and kid space.
Yes.
Yeah. So if we're having orgasms on the regular, you know, on a regular basis, we're much happier.
Yes.
And we actually live our
Mm.
lives better, and we execute our daily routines better. I mean, and that's one of the things about my guides is they're not clinical. I mean, they are very just fun and playful, but real. I mean, it is all about like the, you know, real things and situations you should do. And I include rookie mistakes as well.
Oh, I love this.
But that's important because
So
I'm
yes,
sure many
what-
people relate.
So tell me,
Yeah.
what research have you done? Like, where are you getting your data?
Okay,
The
yes,
scientist.
Personal.
I know
It's
the
a personal
scientist here.
experience.
No, I'm sure it's not personal.
I love it. Actually is personal
Oh,
experience.
it is? Oh,
Yes,
wow,
absolutely. And
You know what? Because if it happened to me, it's probably happening to you.
Right.
And it's probably
Absolutely.
happening
Okay.
to you, and we're all
Yes.
probably
Well, I've
experiencing
got
the
a
same
book I
thing.
want you to read after.
Okay.
So-
Okay, yeah,
Which
no.
you'll love.
But
because
I'm
you're-
single, but I still need all of this.
See, I'm single
Yes, I'm
too.
sorry, that's all.
I'm single as
I
well.
love it.
So yeah, I feel like it is. We you know, we do want to have orgasms on the regular, and by asking for what it is that we want in the bedroom, just, and also men, I think it's important for men to know that foreplay happens before you get into the bedroom. You
Yes.
know, it happens in the kitchen. It happens while you're making dinner. It happens long before getting into the
You
bedroom,
don't just start
which
right there.
is
Yeah.
right. It's
I love this. So, I mean, this even like goes totally in line and in sync with where maybe not exactly where I thought this conversation was going to go or what was going to happen, but it just proves the fact that I think powerful women doing really cool shit go against the grain. You're going against the grain, and all of you are going against the grain. And I think so many women entrepreneurs, one, you go against the grain. Two, you have 5 minutes, you start more businesses, and then you sell them, and then you start more businesses, and then you start more businesses. And I love this. What do you say to anyone else who who maybe might feel like, oh, wow, there is a calling inside of me to do something that's outside of the box a little bit? What's your advice? What's your advice for them? Because I know that you do a lot of mentoring and a lot of, you know.
So I think it starts with the idea, right?
Yeah.
So it has to be a good idea. So you start, like I said, research, because I'm like,
You're
you
like, where are we
start pushing it
foundationally?
around. Like, so what do
Yeah.
you think about this idea? And then if you get a lot of negative feedback, it's probably not a great idea. And so even though you could probably push that envelope and somehow, like, I mean, there were pet rocks. Okay. Like that sold. I mean, it's just amazing.
It's really
like that was a
funny.
weird idea, right?
Marketing.
Marketing.
Yes,
Yay.
yes.
Marketing sold 90% of your
Yeah.
profits, right?
So, and then it's just persistence, and you have to have funding. That funding is a big thing, right?
Mhm.
So, and you have to be willing to put a lot on the line to make it work. A lot of people, because of the way it's in TV, it's like, oh, they just got there, they make millions. It doesn't happen like that.
No.
And it takes a lot of sweat equity, a lot of your own personal financing. And then for women in particular, we're so limited on what we get. I mean, even in 2024, I think we had 2.4% of all private equity capital that came to women-founded companies. So there's a huge there's a huge gap there, huge valley, and how
Yes.
can we change it? Because we're viewed as nurturers, not as leaders.
That's right.
So we need to be viewed as leaders.
That's
so,
right.
So
How do
go
we
forth
change
and
that?
lead, ladies, because
I
we need
love
more
this.
of you. So.
Yes, that is so important. And I love what you're doing with your new venture. I do want to take a minute to talk about that Horizon.
Horizon Funding.
Yep, funding, where you are actually working to affect this change.
Right.
Right.
So that group of women are interested in investing in women-owned businesses. So, and then as a part of that investment, the back side of that is they will become a Horizon funder as well. So
I love that.
hopefully we can make changes there. And there are other groups as well that are out there that are investing in women-owned.
Wait,
So-
I would love to talk.
Yes.
I know.
Yes,
Me too.
exactly.
Everybody needs to know
Yes.
about this.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And
That's
this is a
incredible.
lot of what, our organization and the Shop Talk series
Mm-hmm.
specifically is about having these like open, real, raw conversations for the people who might be listening and they're like, hey, I needed that, or I need it. Wow, that I feel like empowered by that, or whatever it is, right? These general conversations that if I was a fly on the wall type of scenarios that I think are so incredible. So my last thing that I really just want to pose and ask you all is, what do you say to other brands or other founders that are looking to get into a saturated marketplace? What do you say to them?
Know your differentiation. Like you have to know why you're different, why you're better than the competition. And niching down, I think, is key. Because-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, it's your story. Your story is so important. What is the reason why behind your story? Why did you develop it? Why is it going to change people's lives?
Yes.
And whose lives are are being changed by the manufacturing of it, like the guest you had on earlier. And third world countries helping with manufacturing, stuff like that. So I feel like your story is really an important piece. Your story, I mean, that was a personal, yeah.
For me in the sterile manufacturing business, there's a lot of people that do that. At least 11 in the U.S. Now there's 21. But the way we differentiate ourselves is, yeah, you can get it done here, you can get it done there, but we actually care.
That's it.
And so some would go and do that. And they come back and say, Andrea, you're right. You do care. And I'm like,
Ladies,
I
thank
know.
you so much for being here. This was great. I feel like we learned so much.
So
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
I
you for
love
having
it.
me.